It's morphin time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Tate with 3 Inches of Wrestling, the Wrestling Time Potion. For tonight, I will be reviewing Impact Wrestling. I do apologize for starting late, but I had to catch up because I missed a couple things. But let's kick this review off by talking about the awesome W. Morrissey segment that kicked off the show. All right, so if you guys don't know, Impact Wrestling was at the 2300 Arena, which is the home of ECW. So W. Morrissey opens the show basically saying that it feels good to be back at the 2300 Arena, and it even feels better to be in the arena on his terms. He says that the last time he was there, he was not in control and was taken out by the EMTs. He said he had hit rock bottom, had hit the lowest point in his life, and had no one to turn to, and yet he returned clean, sober, and in the very best damn shape of his life. And for the very first time in his life, after 34 years, he's not alone. And that is because of all of us, and he thanks the fans for their continued support. And he was given a second chance. It was given opportunities that he will take advantage of, every single one. So before I continue, because he does get interrupted, I actually really like this promo. I think it was a really well said promo. He spoke from the heart. You could tell that he did. So I guess this is his babyface turn. He went from being a monster heel to now a babyface with this promo. And good for W. Morrissey. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that can relate to this. So he gets interrupted by Brian Myers. If you guys recall, every time Brian Myers is on commentary, W. Morrissey comes out and tries to put him through the table, but he is unsuccessful and somebody else has to take the fall for Brian Myers. So Brian Myers comes out and says, what does Morrissey want? For people to feel sorry for him? He says that he was handed a wrestling career that most people only dream of, and that Morrissey threw it all away for a good time. Mayer says that Morrissey is a menace to Impact Wrestling, and he's destroyed his announcing career, like I said, multiple tables and rare figures. And then Morrissey will end up half dead on the floor in the arena. Ouch. Morrissey then tries to go after Brian Myers, but of course Brian Myers makes a run for it. Morrissey catches up to him and slams him on the ring apron. And guess who comes out to help Brian Myers? So as Morrissey's trying to put Brian Myers to this table, Chelsea Green comes from behind and distracts him. So while he's distracted, Matt Cardona comes out and hits him with the title, the Digital Media Championship, and Myers chokes him out. And then there's a table laid out. So they take him up, and then Chelsea Green slaps him and sends Morrissey crashing through a table. I like that promo. It was really interesting. Yeah, it definitely was. I do agree. So, great way to kick off Impact. So I guess that means the major players are reunited. So I'm very curious to see where they go for this. We do need more tag teams in the tag team division, because you recall we are going to have an 8 tag team gauntlet match at Rebellion. So I'm pretty curious to see if maybe the major players enter that gauntlet. Then we had the Champ Challenge. It was Purrazzo set to defend one of her 2 titles in an open challenge. And who answered the call? Guess who answered the call? None other than Willow Nightingale. If you guys recall, at Supercard of Honor, Willow Nightingale did face Mercedes Martinez to become the interim Ring of Honor Women's Champion in a match that she lost. So she answers the challenge, and of course, it's no surprise, no shock that she challenges for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. This was a great match. I like this match. Of course, Deonna was going to win. I mean, come on now. Did you guys really think Willow stood a chance? No. But yeah, she wins with the Venus de Milo, makes her tap out, and she successfully retains her Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And I believe now she's 6-0 in the Champ Challenge. Then we go to Backstage Summit with Mickie James, who says she's just getting started. And she actually was excited to wrestle Chelsea Green. And she's going to give her a whipping that she deserves. And then Chelsea Green shows up and says she doesn't need a person to beat up Mickie James. But then guess who shows up? Her husband, Matt Cardona. Sorry. Ever since Moose called Matt Cardona Mid Cardona, it just stuck. And so he holds her down while Chelsea Green attacks her. So obviously their rivalry is not done. And I don't know. I wonder if we'll see Nick Atlas again. Nick Aldis again. So they did win at multi-person matches. So we'll see where this rivalry leads to. But nevertheless, I'm excited for it. All right. So then we get a backstage segment with Tasha Steeles, who is asked if she is afraid of DK. She says that she knows DK likes to play mind games with their opponents, and she hasn't forgotten that Rosemary took the knockouts tag titles from her. Yeah, so Rosemary and Havoc took the titles off Fire and Flava. And then she says she will be ready for Rosemary's mind games. And then Rosemary appears on the screen and says they will give her a taste of her own DK. So I'm looking forward to their match at Rebellion. I think Tasha Steeles is going to retain this, but actually, you cannot wait. Then we get the first banger of the match. The first banger match of the night is Jonathan Gresham versus Rocky Romero. Wow, this match was a fire. Like seriously, I really, really liked this match. I mean, they had a great chemistry. There was a lot of back and forth chops between both men. Gresham hit Romero with the dropkick and he went down. Then there was a double chop and then a clothesline to Jonathan Gresham. A knee to the face to Jonathan Gresham. That looked like it hurt. And then Gresham did a suicide dive to Rocky Romero into the barricade. That was amazing. And of course, Jonathan Gresham was victorious in this. And Romero at the end was like going like this to the title. He was like pointing at the title. And Jonathan Gresham extended his hand, of course, to the Code of Honor. So it seems to me like Rocky Romero wants a piece of that Ring of Honor World title. So that's a match I would see again. But as we all know, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers are like brothers. Yeah, they are. Mid Cardona. Then we get a video package about Josh Alexander's basically like detailing his rivalry with Moose and how he wants to win the title at Rebellion. Very good video package, if you ask me. It seems like Impact's gotten a hold of their video package. It's a great video package. I really liked it. So then we get a big backstage segment with Ace Austin and a Speedball Mike Bailey. Ace Austin confirming that, well, not confirming, but he says that Fulton's ankle is legit broken. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know if it's like kayfabe broken or like actually broken. And he says it'll just be him and Bailey at Rebellion. Bailey corrects him and says it'll be him, Ace, and Trey Miguel. And then he walks away. So then the second banger match of the night, you get Steve Macklin versus Alex Shelley. So this is a great match. Disappointed by the outcome, but I couldn't be too disappointed because fantastic match. I mean, at one point, Macklin's back was like, had marks and he was super red. There was Alex Shelley shoved Steve Macklin, and then Macklin shoved him. He hit him with the back elbow, and at one point, Steve Macklin ripped Shelley off the apron and hit him in the face. And Chris Sabin caused a distraction because he started arguing with Steve Macklin, allowing Shelley to move and prevent Macklin from hitting him. Alex Shelley hit the slice spread from the ring post. Macklin had his feet on the rope, but of course Chris Sabin noticed and knocked his feet out. And in the end, Alex Shelley hit Steve Macklin with the shell shock and he won. So even though I am kind of sad Steve Macklin lost this match, it was still a great match. So I got to give it to Steve Macklin. Then we get a backstage segment with Giselle Shaw, the quintessential diva, and Madison Rayne. She tells Madison Rayne that she feels sorry for her loss. And Madison Rayne's like, what are you talking about? We won. I won. And she's referring to Caleb with the K. And says Madison says that she's not worried. And she thinks it would just be fine just without him. And in case Giselle Shaw forgot, she got pinned. And Giselle Shaw tells her that they will see about that. So on BTI, during Madison Rayne's match with Jessie McKay, they basically, the influence excommunicated Caleb with the K. And he got beat down by W. Morrissey. So I wonder what this means. Like, I guess this is a way to write him off. So I wonder if he's done with Impact. Is it just temporarily? So we gotta wait and see. But It's gonna feel weird not seeing the influence of Caleb with the K. And I wish we would have gotten like a full blown explanation from him. Was he trying to help the inspiration, or did he actually help the influence? Although I think they actually, I think they might have said that he was trying to help the influence. I mean the inspiration, but we'll see. Then we got a video package about Moose and his rivalry with Josh Alexander. So another great video package. I actually enjoyed it. I cannot wait for their match at Rebellion. But the one thing I am a little confused about here is that they haven't added a stipulation to their match, which surprises to me because, like, you would think that their rivalry, knowing how personal it is, would require stipulation. I don't think, and you heard it here first, I don't think Josh Alexander can contain his emotions to have a regular one-on-one match with Moose. I could be wrong, but I would be so surprised if this is just a regular match. This needs to be a stipulation, maybe a no DQ, maybe a street fight, maybe no holds barred. But I would honestly, genuinely be shocked if there's no stipulation, because then what if Josh Alexander's emotions get the better of him and he accidentally cost himself the match? So then we get an Honor No More segment. And Eddie Edwards says, ask the audience if they can feel it. Feel the history in the building. He says the arena is where ECW was born. And he says that Philadelphia is the city that gave birth to Ring of Honor. He says that Philly is faithful, the fans who are the most passionate fans in pro wrestling. But the thing is, Honor No More knows that it's not true. He says they know that the Philly crowd is fickle, spoiled, entitled, ungrateful fans that don't care about what's in front of them. All they care about is a shiny new toy. I don't know. I guess, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that's in general, or is it just for the Philadelphia crowd? All right, so then my street fight is better match for Josh Alexander versus Moose. I do agree. Then Mike Bennett takes over, who says that just like Eddie Edwards said, this building is the birthplace of Ring of Honor and ECW. And what people might not realize is that the building is the birthplace of Mike Bennett. He goes on to say he made his Ring of Honor debut here, and the fans turned their backs on ECW, Ring of Honor, and of course himself. And that they all turned their backs on the five of them. So then Matt Taven takes the microphone, and says that being the best in the world wasn't just a moniker. It wasn't just a tagline. It was something they believed, something they lived by, and they had no idea they were surrounded by hypocrites that acted like they were a part of a community. I actually really dug that. And he said that his fans never left. His fans knew that there was only one guy who could put the company on his back while the company made bad decisions, leading them down a dark path. And he says, Honor No More is here to stay and to succeed. So I actually really dug this promo by Honor No More. And then who interrupts Honor No More? Is the Bullet Club interrupts them. And if you guys recall, Mike Bennett did cause Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson the tag titles in that lumberjack match that they had with Right by Design. So Jay White, of course, says that there's a lot of talking going on, and that Matt Taven and Honor No More think that they're the best. Jay White says he knows that's not true. He says Philadelphia knows that's not true. The world knows, and Philadelphia knows the Bullet Club is the best. And then Gallows takes the microphone and says that there's a lot of people in the wrestling business that need to say thank you to Bullet Club. He says that that Bullet Club helped put the Kingdom on the map by handing them their behinds in Japan in 2015. So they definitely owe the Bullet Club a thank you. This Impact Wrestling is a house of the Bullet Club, which is true because they're there. Then Carl Anderson takes the microphone and says, Maria. And he says there's so much talk about shiny new toys. And he says, Honor No More are toys that nobody wants to play with anymore. And the Bullet Club are the coolest toys in the box. And Bullet Club is simply too sweet. Maria says too sweet can go right on her behind, and Honor No More is here to stay. Honor No More is for life. You can tell the Bullet Club did not like that. And then Chris Bay takes the microphone and says they can go line for line, bar for bar, but their line is weak. He says they are in the mean streets of Philadelphia, and if asked if they want to fight. Then the Bullet Club takes their jackets and they walk the ring. Now, I thought, like, because they were kind of outnumbered, they get on the apron and climb in the ring. And like I said, since they were kind of outnumbered, I honestly thought maybe more members of the Bullet Club would come out, but I was wrong. And said, "Oh, hell broke loose." Kenny King dropped Gallows. Anderson got involved. Vincent dropped him. Jay White gets Matt Taven. Then PCO takes everybody out with the Denominator. So this was really cool. Like, the Brawl broke out, and next week is going to be an 8-man tag match. So I'm really looking forward to that. I cannot wait. That's the go home show to Rebellion. And then the main event was Jonah versus PCO. Again, oh my god, like, this was an incredible match. I prefer their fight at Sacrifice, but this was still good. I mean, PCO would not stay down no matter what Jonah threw at him. But in the end, like, PCO missing the PCO salt because Jonah rolled out of the way cost him, because PCO, oh, well, that was one of the ways he lost, because then he went for the Denominator, but again, Jonah moved out of the way, which allowed Jonah to hit him with the Tsunami and be victorious. Bullet Club will always be the best, yeah. And then at the end, PCO sat up after the Tsunami, and Jonah hit him with the steel chair, but he still got, well, actually kind of struggled to get up, but then Jonah put the chair like on his chest, on his stomach region, and did the Tsunami. Oh, but one cool thing I forgot to mention was that during the match, PCO like taped his neck and stuff, which was insane. But great show. Overall, great, fantastic show. Tonight's go-home show was like, I mean, not go-home show, but tonight's show was amazing overall. Actually, there's not really one thing I disliked about it, honestly. So, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna have to give it. Oh, yeah, I liked the 3 matches that we got. The Champ Challenge, Jonathan Gresham versus Rocky Romero, Steve Macklin versus Alex Shelley. Really liked the Honor No More segment. And then PCO versus Jonah. I really liked all of that. But I'm just going to give it a 9.5 just because I feel like we had a little... Let me see. Yeah, just... I mean, I get it. They're trying to squeeze as much stuff as they can to build towards Rebellion. But either way, like, hands down, great show tonight. Very great. People got to stop sleeping on Impact Wrestling. 9.5 out of 10, if you ask me. But that's all I have to say. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after SmackDown, because Rampage starts early tomorrow. So see you guys after SmackDown. Bye.